Look, I know how y'all get when we talk about trends on this channel, but I come in peace. Besides which, aren't y'all sick of wearing winter clothes? I mean, I know for me, my seasonal affective disorder is seasonally affectively disordering. I am over it. So today we are talking about spring trends that you, yes you, can wear. I'm gonna give you some tips and tweaks on how you can make each of these trends your own so you can look your absolute best. And yes, sometimes some of you get like you wanna tussle a little bit with videos like this because you feel like people should be able to wear whatever they wanna wear. And ain't nobody stopping you from that. But if you want to look amazing in your clothes and have pieces in your wardrobe that you wear over and over and over again, instead of having, those pieces in your closet that, maybe they still got the tags on them, you hardly ever wear them, and you done wasted your money, if you would rather not do that, buckle up. Okay, so trend number one, all white. And this is a trend that I can get down with because I love wearing all white outfits. White can either make you look bright and ethereal and energetic, or, the wrong white. But wearing the wrong white, that can have you looking sickly, washed out, and just blah. But you can avoid that if you pick the right white for you. I have videos on this channel on how to find your color palette, which I highly recommend checking out. But a very quick way to figure out which white is right for you is through your undertones. If your undertones are on the warmer side, meaning you look better in gold than you do silver, then you're going to look at warmer whites, like the light beiges, the creams, those sort of whites. However, if your undertones are on the cooler side, meaning you look better in silver than you do gold, you're gonna wanna look for cooler whites. Those are those blue-based whites, like the stark white, like the true whites. Kind of like the white color that I have on today, which got this from the tall section at Gap. I like a very basic t-shirt sometimes. Well, a lot of times, especially when they reach the wrists on my 5'9" frame. And if your undertones are more on the neutral side, meaning you're not warm and you're not cool, you're right there in the middle, you're neutral, you can dibble dabble on either side, warmer whites or cooler whites, but you can also go for whites that are more neutral in undertone. So whites that aren't very, very stark white and whites that aren't very warm and like that cream beigey kind of undertone. Now, if you feel like even though you have the right undertone in your all white outfit, if you still kind of feel like your look is a little off, it might be because you have some natural contrast in your natural coloring that you're not copying into your outfit. So for example, for me, I have a higher contrast, although my skin is dark and my hair is dark, but the level of darkness that my skin is versus the darkness of my hair, those are two different levels, as opposed to if I had a hair color that was closer to my skin tone. So if you naturally have a level of contrast in your coloring, you might want to add a touch of contrast into your outfit. So it can be a darker pair of shoes, a darker bag, some sort of darker accessory, yada yada. Would you try the all-white trend? Shop the look in the description box below. Trend number two, high-rise trousers. Now, having access to a higher rise when it comes to pants can seem like a dream come true for so many because, you want to kind of balance out and hold in the midsection area. But for some people, that higher rise, especially if you have a shorter torso, that higher rise can have you looking like Lanky Schmidt from Monsters, Inc. Now, if your torso is already on the shorter side, having a higher rise trouser can make your torso look even shorter. However, you can combat this by wearing a top, a longer top that hits you where a more balanced waist might hit you to give the illusion of a more balanced proportion. So for instance, and I'm gonna hope that I can guesstimate where my editor can put this photo so that I don't look crazy pointing this stuff out to you. However, if your torso is short like this, which, the shorter torso picture here, which, let's put an arrow there, editor. Let's stick an arrow right there where the shorter torso is. So if you have a shorter torso like this and you wear a higher rise pant, you know, like I just said like 2 seconds ago, it is going to make your torso look shorter. But if your top is a little bit longer and hits you kind of like right here, you know, the editor's gonna put the arrow so I don't look crazy, it'll give the illusion of a more proportioned body. Now, would you try the high trouser trend? Let me know in the comments and you can shop the look in the description box. Okay, trend number 3, and hold on now, cause don't click off. Hear me out. 3D roses. Now this trend takes the florals for spring motif to the next level. Instead of having it be 2D, that sucker is 3D. Stay with me. So it's like having a literal big ass flower on your clothes, which is right up my alley. I like looking like a little flirty cupcake, you know, when I dress up in the spring and, well, really in the summertime, because in New York City, the spring's not really that warm until maybe like June, and all of a sudden it's like summertime, you know what I mean? Now, this is a trend that I think is really fun and playful, and the only thing that I would really say that you need to watch out for with this trend is scale. So if your features are on the larger size, you want to go for the flower motifs that are on the larger size, and vice versa. So if your features are on the smaller side, look for the motifs that are a little bit on the smaller side. That'll keep you in scale. Now, me personally, I do plan on indulging in this trend, which is one of the reasons why trends are a great thing if the trend, you know, coincides with your personal style. Because if it coincides with your personal style, when something is trending, you're more likely to be able to find it in the stores, and then you can add pieces into your wardrobe that you will love over and over and over again, as long as those new pieces can go with how many? Making sure you're paying attention to this channel. How many? At least 5 pieces in your wardrobe. Anything new must go with at least 5 other pieces in your wardrobe. Otherwise, why are you buying it? So I already own a few pieces that follow this trend, namely these shorts here, which, all right, the motif on it is actually a bow and not a flower, but you know, same difference. And I also played it up with this dress, which I think that's a butterfly. I can't remember, but I have to look at it. But I'm definitely bringing out this Farm Rio dress again this summer. Loved it. But this trend is also well played through accessories. So if you're not trying to wear a big old flower or butterfly, whatever that was, like I did on my dress, you can also play with this through handbags, through shoes, earrings, so on and so forth. Now, would you do the 3D roses trend? Yay or nay? Let me know in the comments, and you can shop the look in the description box. Trend number 4, metallics. Ooh. Now, metallics in the spring, I think is like really refreshing, because metallics is a trend that we typically see in the winter time and typically around the holidays. So to bring this out during the spring, I can't wait to see the pieces. As a matter of fact, you know, I'll put some pieces that I've seen already thus far for you to shop in the description box. Now, the key with metallics is very similar to wearing the right type of white. It's in your undertone. So if you're a warmer undertone, basically meaning gold looks better on you than silver does, then you want to go for the warmer metallics, things that are more on the goldish side, the yellowish side. However, if you have a cooler undertone, meaning silver looks better on you than gold, then you go for more of the cooler metallics, some things that are silver or like have that silverish undertone to them. And for those of you whose undertones are more on the neutral side, you can kind of dibble dabble between the two, or look for pieces that themselves aren't very warm or very cool. They're just neutral in undertone as well. Now, the amazing thing about metallics is that they don't just come in gold and silver. You've got an array of colors that have that metallic finish to them, so the world is your oyster. And here's a little trick in case you have something that's in your closet that you really like, but you find that, okay, it's not my best color, especially when it comes to metallics. You might find that like maybe at certain times you were gravitating towards golds when silvers look best and vice versa. The further away the piece is from your face, the better you're able to pull it off. Now, for the pair of earrings, I mean, you know, where you gonna put the earrings besides your face? But if it's something like a pair of shoes or a bag, not the worst thing in the world if it's not like that perfect undertone for you. Let me know in the comments, would you do the metallics trend, yay or nay? And you can shop the look in the description box. Trend number 5, short shorts. Now, this is another trend that I personally can get behind because I love showing off my legs. I'm 5'9" and I love a short skirt. I love some short shorts. However, sometimes they can be a little too short on me, and depending on where I'm going, if I'm going in the car and I'm, you know, or I'm being driven or I'm driving, fine. If I'm going on the subway, I ain't trying to get pregnant off of them subway seats, okay? So, you know, basically this is a trend where you have to really remember that there is a time and a place. Now, how to make it your own. Now, okay, there's gonna be some short shorts that the style is very, very clingy to the skin. And it might be, you know, clinging to the skin in a way that you may not want them to, and that's fine, I understand. But thankfully, there are options like floaty shorts or butterfly shorts that tend to have more of an A-line silhouette so that they're not clinging to the skin. They almost look like a pleated skirt, but then you got the, you know, the little coverage in the middle, so it's not a skirt, but it's a shorts. But it's not a skirt because, you know, they're shorts, but they're like floaty and fluttery. Regardless if you get an A-line or a floaty or a flirty or whatever type of short that you get, some people just are not going to be comfortable in a trend like this, which luckily there are different short lengths that are trending for spring, such as what they call the walking short, which, I don't know, I guess you gotta come up with a name for some of these things. But essentially they look like trousers that have just been cut a couple inches above the knee. That's also a pretty tricky silhouette to play around with because remember, horizontal lines tend to make things look shorter and wider. So just be mindful of where that hits you so that you keep that long, lean line if that's the look that you're going for. If you're looking to make something look shorter and wider, then obviously go in and let have. However, would you do the short shorts trend? Tell me all about your opinion on it in the comments, and you could also shop the look in the description box. Now, I know some of you are probably still looking to tussle a little bit more, and that's why you're gonna click on this next video, because some of the fashion girls on YouTube was saying that there's a lot of stuff that you might be wearing that they deem out of style. Are they right? Do you want to tussle? Click on this video right here, and I'll see you there.